Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Dream and his awful fake speedrun and his awful response. So, recently, if you don't know, actually no, let's get into part 1. So, this video was made by the mod team to utterly debunk or the paper, but another person made a documentary about the paper, etc., about about he is cheating, and they declined his 1.16 run because across his entire 6 streams that he made about 1.16, he had a ender pearl luck from the piglins, which are, if you don't know, piglins drop ender pearls very rarely. And his odds across his entire 6 streams were 1 in 177 billion to get those. To get those ender pearls, yeah, 1 in 177 billion. That's not possible. You can't do that in like 6 streams and then get like super lucky across everything. You have to be cheating. You have to be having weird drop rates and having to tamper with the drop rates. There is no way in hell that I will believe that he is not cheating, because he made this really, really bad, really obvious thing that I'm surprised nobody talked about until now. And don't say that it's not true, because it is. He can back it up with math and evidence. If you haven't seen the video, please check it out. And don't go dislike bomb him. And don't go dislike bomb me. And actually pay attention to the video, and then you can dislike the video once you actually, get your side on this. Or, yeah. So, yeah. And also, Blaze Rods had the luck in his entire 6 streams. 1 in 155 billion. No, you cannot get that luck. Even throughout entire 6 streams, you cannot get that luck. That is insane. You can definitely not get that luck. Maybe the ender pearls, like once in a million, you can get that ender. Like maybe you can get the ender pearl luck, but getting the same blaze rod luck that he did throughout the entire 6 streams that he did, no, that is not possible. And that's why they rejected his run, because that's not going to be possible to get that lucky during everything. And don't just say he's lucky, because there's no way you can do that. You can win 2 Powerballs from the lottery before you do that, before you get that luck that Dream did with this Blaze Rods and Ender Pearls. It's not possible. It's the closest to impossible that you can get. I think it's almost impossible, but it isn't impossible, but it very well could be. So, let's get into part 2, I guess. So, part 2 is Dream's response. Really bad. He said on Twitter that he was clout chasing and that he clickbaited the title. Let me read the title out for you, by the way. Did Dream fake his speedruns? Official moderator analysis. That is not clickbait. He knows what clickbait is. He has been on the YouTube algorithm for an entire year now. He should know what clickbait is, and yet he doesn't seem like he does. This is not clickbait. The entire video was on if he faked speedruns or not, and he also worded it as a question. Clickbait would be, if you don't know what clickbait is, which I'm going to be surprised if you don't, but clickbait is where you make a title and the video is on something completely different from what the title said, so it baited you into clicking on the video for something completely different. That's what clickbait is. This is not clickbait. The entire video, I will read it out. Did Dream fake his speedruns? That is a question, and that is the question that they answer in the video. That is not something they clickbaited. If they were to clickbait it, it would be something like, Dream faked his speedruns, and then they showed like the most awful evidence ever. But no, they actually show good evidence here. Like, I think he is cheating after this, because I think that's proof, undeniable proof. So, the only part that Dream has responded to is with that, and with the, he's saying he's clout chasing. I'm going to debunk that right now. Clout chasing is basically when you make tons and tons of videos on the same person and just ride off of them for views and do everything like that, and just try to get as many views as possible. Just your entire career basically revolves around another person's career, basically. Geosquare, his entire time on YouTube, has made one dream video, and it's this one. That's it. That's his only dream video. Yeah, clout chasing, guys. He made one video on me, clout chasing. It's the most dumb thing ever. And he also replied with good evidence against Dream, and yet no, he just doesn't respond to any of that with actual maturity. He decides to respond it with "you're clout chasing" or "you're clickbaiting" like a 2-year-old. Like, what? And some people have been comparing this to Trump tweets, which I don't blame them for, because they do kind of read like Trump tweets, I'll be honest. But another part of this is the mods thing. Almost at the end of the video, he said something about him deleting mods and how it's fishy. That's the only thing Dream has responded to, but he completely seems to be dancing around the entire point. The entire point of the video was that his Ender Pearl drop rates and his Blades Rod drop rates were so fishy, and he hasn't responded to that yet. That is the main focus of the video, and yet he completely dances around it and only focuses on a small portion of it. That's really fishy, isn't it? And the fact that he's trying to defend himself as much as possible, saying, you're clout chasing, you're clickbait. Like, an actual person, if this video was fake, which I don't believe it is, it's not fake at all, I don't think. But if it was fake, a good response is to put up a constructive argument. But Dream does not know how to put up a good argument. He doesn't know how to do this. First of all, he made up an awful argument against Josh, somebody who dislikes stans and doesn't want them in their group, which is perfectly fine. But it seems like Dream is reveling in wants fan or stans to be in his group. And sure, not all fans are toxic or stans are toxic, but some of them are, and that's the problem. We don't want any toxic stans or fans in a group, and yet there always is going to be, but we don't want to have that. And Dream just doesn't seem to realize, even if he says it's a small portion of the group, the problem is that he's still a portion of the group. Obviously, you can't get rid of it, but the problem is, it's still a portion of the group, so they don't want a toxic people to be in their group of fans. Is that so hard to understand? That they don't want stans in their group. That's just an opinion, that they don't want some certain fans in their group. You can set boundaries between your fans as much as you want, and that's exactly what Josh did, and Dream just doesn't like that. Why? Why aren't you allowed to set boundaries? Why is he saying you're basically not as allowed to set boundaries, and that you must love and respect all the stans, and you must even respect the toxic ones? No. You can set boundaries and not like the specific type of fan group. That is perfectly fine. And his response to all of this was saying you're an idiot. That's a very good response, especially when Josh said that his only interaction with stans was a negative one. Did he not read anything Josh said? He said he only had negative experience with them. That's why he doesn't like stans at all. But Dream completely seemed to ignore that point and just went straight to "you're an idiot" without reading anything else from Josh. Why can Dream not accept that somebody is making an opinion that maybe he doesn't like? Don't say somebody's an idiot just because you don't like their opinion. That is awful. If you don't agree with their opinion, rather don't respond to it or make up a constructive argument. Don't act like a preschooler and going, you're an idiot. No, that is not what people do. Rational people would make up a actual constructive response, and yet Dream completely falls flat on his fucking face. He cannot seem to make a good response at all. Will I continue to watch Dream's content after this video gets made? Yes. Do I still find his videos entertaining, including his manhunt, and do I still find them funny? Yes. Will I respect him as a speedrunner? Absolutely not. Especially when he's basically 100% proven to be, without a doubt, cheating. There is a 99.9% chance that he is cheating. There is a 0.1% chance that he's not cheating, and I doubt it. That 0.1% in all of my mind that he's not cheating. I think he is definitely cheating, and he needs to make a good response, because saying you're an idiot and saying you're clout chasing and saying all this stupid stuff, that makes you seem more suspicious. And I don't think Dream even realizes that. Like, what? How? I don't understand.